Welcome back to Every Chest YouTube channel. In today's class, we are going to learn how to make this beautiful draped house skirt that we see here. It's a very simple tutorial and it's beginner friendly. I'm going to take you through how to cut and sew this. If this is something you'd like to learn, kindly please to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. So this is a simple skirt tutorial. It's very simple to make. It's like a cow skirt, okay? So I'm using this soft scrap fabric. The fabric stretches a little bit. It's not a thick fabric, so it's going to drape well for me. So the measurements you just need is your fullest measurement, the fullest skirt measurement that you have. In this case for me, that's my hip. So the hip I'm working with is 41 inches. But I don't want this to be tightly fitted so that I can drop and drape well. So I'm going to add between 4 to 5 inches extra to that. That's including my seam allowance, okay? So this is the actual hip measurement and I have extra 5 inches there. So, and I want this to be a long skirt, so I'm working with the length of this fabric. The length of this fabric is about 60 inches. So that is what I'm going to maintain and work with. So this is 56 inches. So I'm just working with the length of the fabric. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to take this to the sewing machine, and then I'm going to hem the lower parts, okay? I'm going to fold it in twice like this and then hem the lower part all around. So I've gone ahead to hem it. You can see I have hemmed it. So now we start taking the pleats. Remember, we did not cut anything on this fabric. We just measured out 45 inches by the length, which was 56 in this case. So now we have two ends. So these two ends that we have here, we are going to go ahead now and pleat the two ends, okay? You can either pleat or gather. So depending on how you want your drape to form, you are going to be taking pleats like this, okay? So I'm taking pleats. I want you to just go like this so you can see how my plate is going. But bear in mind that whatever place that you have on this side, when you are taking place on the other side, okay, which is this, make sure that it is going to follow the same direction. I hope you understand what I mean, okay? Make sure that you are not pleating this to the right and then you take the next one and place to the left. No, you make sure that your pleats follow the same direction. So I'm going to be pleating this to reduce this length that I have, that I'm going to have at the center. This is going to be my center front. So now remember, I have 56 inches, so I want to reduce it to like my knee length, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pleat it to maybe 22 to 24 inches. So I'm going to reduce the length to around 22 to 24 inches. So when you are pleating it, we are going to be inserting a band here. So for you to be able to insert the band, you need like half an inch, okay? So I'm not going to start pleating like this. This is what I mean. So I'll leave that half an inch before I start to pleat this. So I'll take it to the sewing machine now and run pleats on both sides. Okay, so I have gone ahead to take the pleats, you can see. So, and like I said, please make sure that your two sides follow the same direction, okay? So this is the hem and this is the waistline. Like I said, I reduced this length to about 22 inches for me, okay? So you can see I reduced it to about 22 inches for both sides, and you make sure that the two sides are the same because of course you are going to be joining them together, so they have to be the same like this, okay? So now the next thing we are going to do is to cut out the band. So remember, this is our waist and we used 45 inches, which is the hip plus the extra 5 inches, and that is not my actual waist measurement. The actual waist measurement that I'm working with here is 36 inches. So in order for me to get my waist measurement back, I'm going to be using a band to gather that. So now I have my band here, so I'm just going to measure out around 37 inches because I'm going to hem it, okay? And then I'm going to add zipper to it as well. So let's just say I'm measuring out 38 from this, and then I'm going to cut off whatever excess that I have. So this is 38 inches. I'm going to cut off the extra. So this band is about, Okay, let me measure it. This is about 2.5 inches. So I folded this into two first, then I folded half an inch here so that I can sew this side. So what you're going to do now is to break your skirt. That's the waist of your skirt here, and then we're going to go ahead and gather whatever excess leftover that we have. Okay, you can notch the center back and make more gathers at the center back so that it can give you a little cowl effect at the back if that is what you want, but you can also just gather it randomly anyhow you want. So what we just want to achieve is to make sure that this all the measurement that we have on this fits into this band. So it's just a little bit of excess that I have, and I'm going to be making that gather at the back part there, or you just do it randomly like I said. So I take this to the sewing machine now and then fix the band to it. Okay, so I have gone ahead to gather it. You can see I have gathered it, and then on the edges I just sew it like this in a way that I can easily close it up like this. Okay, or the two edges. So now the next thing, now remember we have already folded in one side seam allowance, so I'm just going to use this to cover up all the rough edges that I have. So I'll just fold on this like this and then sew it close. I'm going to close my band. Okay, so now you can see that the band is neatly installed. I have fixed the band to the waistline, and this is my actual waist measurement. So you can see the small gathers that I picked there to get my actual waist measurement. So the last thing to do now is to go ahead and match the center front together like this, and then we are going to sew it close. Okay, so when you are sewing it, you measure the allowance that you will need for your zipper. Okay, so here from the waist upper part, I'm going to measure around 8 to 9 inches, and then from where that stops I'm going to sew the rest close. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. So after doing that, you're going to have this space for your zipper. So I have this lilac zipper. That's what I'm going to be using tentatively. So if I get a color of this zipper, I'm going to change it, but I'm going to install this lilac zipper so that we can see what it looks like. Okay, so I have fixed the zipper, and this is what we have. Okay, so you can just go ahead and serge this part, or you can even serge it before taking the pleat. So this is what the skirt looks like now. Okay, I'm trying to zip it up. So this is what it looks like. So I'll take it to the mannequin now so that we can see what it looks like on the mannequin. You can see that the pleats are continuous. So this is what the skirt looks like on the mannequin. You can see all the drapes that we have here. So if you want to form more drapes, you just need to even gather it more. Okay, and you can make your zipper length around 5 inches depending on what you want. It may not be as long as this, so you gather as much as you want, and then you even have more drapes than what we have here. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful tutorial with me. If you enjoyed this, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.